Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of Head to Head. I'm Ivan Luz,
And I'm Megan.
and this episode is going to be D&T versus Witch House. Alright, so going into game one here, I ended up taking a mulligan here. I guess I'm not really interested in that.
Yep, and it looks like I'm okay with my hand, so I'm just confidently placing it on the table.
Alright, looks like we're good to go now. I'm on the play. I go ahead and play Plains into Mother of Runes and pass.
Pretty good first turn.
Not bad.
I'm a little shook already. Gonna lay that abundant growth.
Draw a card. Alright, so we have another Plains here. Boldly attacking in with Mom and playing Thalia. I'm attacking in with Mom just because I assume you're not going to be able to do anything against her that early. And now the pressure's really on, though, with that Argothian coming down.
Yeah. I guess if I had laid a Plains, I could have O-ringed your mom, and she would have been tapped out and not able to protect herself.
Only if you had the 3 mana.
Oh, you're right. Abundant growth doesn't give me the extra. That's why it's my least favorite one.
Well, yeah, and that's why I guess I just felt ballsy enough to swing in with her.
Well, it worked.
So we have a Mirren Crusader as well, so I really got pressure. Looks like you have another Abundant Growth.
Yeah, just trying to draw off that Enchantress.
Right, and Thalia is making it a little harder for that.
She sure is. And you are just laying on that damage. Piling it on, if
Piling
you will.
on the damage, yeah. Alright, so I Flicker Wisp one of your lands to get rid of the Abundant Growth.
That's cold, man.
Ice cold.
What am I doing?
Okay, another Enchantress effect.
Had to pay some extra for that Enchantress's presence.
You know, death and taxes.
Gotta pay your taxes.
Alright, so what do we got next here? Just swinging, just going in.
You did some hard thinking before you did that swing. You're trying to calculate how much you can do.
Yeah, I remember thinking to myself, I probably should have swung with Mom, but... Okay, so during your upkeep, I go ahead and tap down one of the forests, try and cut you off more mana.
I'm in no short supply.
And that looks like that's game one.
Oh, goodness gracious, that was quick.
So going into the sideboarding for game 2 with D&T, I end up taking out the Sarah Avenger, one of the Mother of Runes, once the Stepmom. I also go ahead and take out the Tomic. I end up taking out one Stoneforge Mystic, and because of that I also take out the Jite, which I think ends up being the worst equipment in the matchup. And I end up taking out one Swords to Plowshares, based on the fact that most of her creatures are untargetable. And in their place I bring in the Aethersworn Canonist to try and stop her from gaining momentum by casting multiple spells in one turn. I do this, to accomplish the same goal I also try to bring in the Deafening Silence. I also bring in the Grafdigger's Cage in order to shut off the Green Sun Zeniths. In addition to that, I bring in the Leonin Relic Water as a sort of disenchant effect for any pesky enchantments. I bring in the Cataclysm in order to wipe the board down when it gets out of control. And I bring in 2 Council's Judgments as catch-alls.
And so for my sideboard, I didn't really change a whole lot, mostly because I feel like my sideboard is geared more towards the Living Wish package, so for the most part I want to keep stuff in my sideboard, and then everything else that's in there is more geared towards either graveyard decks or blue decks, which D&T is neither of those things. So the only thing that I took out was Ground Seal, once again just because I don't think I need that in this matchup, and then I brought in the Stony Silence to try to shut down some of his artifacts.
Alright, so getting into game 2, let's see what's going on here. I assume you'll be on the play this time? Yes.
Yes. Just trying to get right back in for my rematch, you know?
Yep, just like last game, turn 1 Abundant Growth, and turn 1 Aether Vial for me.
Oof.
Best play I can put out there.
Yeah, but I'm feeling a little confident because it doesn't look like you have any white mana. I can't think of any situation where you wouldn't play Plains on turn 1 if you had it.
Right, that makes sense. And so now you're getting even more mana here with the Wild Growth.
Trying to ramp up quick to cut you off before you can do what you did last turn.
Speaking of no white mana, but I do go ahead and port you off of your double land at this point.
Oh, man. 2 steps forward, 1 step back over here, I guess, for the Witch House.
Yeah.
So what am I doing? Oh, I'm coming at you with...
Alright, Living Wish into... Oof!
Oof. That's the sound you make when I play it.
Collector, oof! Well, yeah, that should shut off a lot of my stuff. Okay, so we got a Wasteland. So once again, no basics, but... Let's see. Okay, so here comes the Canonist that I brought in from the sideboard to continue to try and slow you down.
Oh, man, that's mean.
And another port activation. Okay, so the deck is doing pretty good at shutting you off your mana.
Yeah, I guess you're just trying to keep me where you are with all this no-colored mana.
Right. So it looks like Utopia Sprawl on black is what you named, correct?
Mm-hmm. And your Aether Vial is up to 3.
And my third port. Okay, and that was good. I go ahead and flick that, yeah.
More of my enchant lands. What do you have against my enchant lands, man? I was a poet and I didn't even know it.
Alright.
There's that oof.
Alright, oof coming down. It's a little slower. I guess, you know, being able to activate my vial for a couple turns. Hey, there's that white mana we've been talking about. I go in for the swing. Obviously, you're not going to block because you worked really hard for the oof.
I did. Took me a long time to get that thing out.
Alright, what am I fetching with Recruiter, the guard
Here you go, recruiting something up. Not like you even need it. Got that Canonist coming at me already.
Alright, and so I grabbed the Leonin Relic Order that I brought in as well. I guess just to be able to get rid of any enchantments that are going to bother me. And funnily enough, I actually, at this point, I didn't have 2 white, so it was sort of a gamble to go for.
Really just to add insult to injury at this point, since I wasn't doing much of anything else besides that oof.
Alright, so let's see. And is this where I top decked the... Let's see. So I swing in. Oh.
Oh, you got something.
Okay, Phyrexian Revoker.
Oh, I'm gonna take out my only option at this point, my Destiny Spinner.
And so I port down your land.
But I keep laying them. I've got lands for days, man.
That's true.
It's just if only I had any sort of win con.
Also, you O-ring the Canonist to try and get some momentum going.
Yeah.
Ah, and an Elephant Grass.
Yeah?
That'll slow me down quite a bit.
You
So
got
let's
precious
see
few
what's going on
mana
here.
over there with you. But will it be enough?
Yes, that's where I top decked the Caracas. I remember that. And so I'm assuming I'm going to go ahead and take out the Elephant Grass here. I think that's it. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I take down the Elephant Grass, I tap down your blocker, the Dryad Arbor, and swing. Oh, you block, and that brings you down to 2, and it looks like, yeah, you end up untapping, not drawing anything, and I think that's GG's.
That is game. Alright, well thanks for tuning in to watch that brutal defeat of D&T versus Witch House, and we'll see you next time. Mwah!